Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Skyrim. My name is Xani, and I'll be your host today. Let's get things started, shall we? Last time we managed to get the Elder Scrolls, and now we're off to go find ancestral blades safely. Let's go. There is. I don't want to. That I just automatically go. Alright, looks like Falkreath is. So let's go.
Staying safe, I hope.
Of course. Boing.
Not here.
As promised,
Where'd you...
I now teach you the first
Right, I forgot about this. Okay. Is that your best, guys?
Door? Not here.
That was weird.
Door? Not here.
I hope we reach Ancestor Glade soon.
Feel the last word of soul tearing within yourself. Soul. The unlife that results when a soul is imprisoned in dead flesh.
Well, that'll come in handy.
Door? Not here.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anyways, out of this.
Glad you can't talk to him. Ah. And there he goes. Alright. Anywho, I'll catch up with you when I get to where we need to be. Alright.
This must be the place. Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Xani and I are gonna have some words when we get back.
Oh, trust me. I am right there with you. For what it's worth, this place. Okay, and I remember from playing this on my Xbox.
Wow. Look at this place. No one's been here in centuries. I doubt there's any other place like it in Skyrim. It's beautiful.
That you basically end up having to walk the entire path in order to... Oh, wait. I forgot. Gotta go get the tree bark first. Oh, there's the draw knife.
Hope the moths like that bark as much as Dexian said they would.
Right. Here goes nothing.
Look at them. They've definitely taken a liking to you. And unless I'm seeing things, you're starting to glimmer.
Orienting. Oh. There's. Ooh, nice. Flying around. Aha! All right. And let's. Let's start with this. Whew. Nope, wrong one. No?
Nervous?
Okay, what am I clearly doing wrong? Let's read this one. Dang it. I am curious if something is not working. Either that or I'm just simply... I don't know. Let's try this one. No? Why does it... What the... Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, recording? Blood. Aha! Okay, I was looking in the wrong spot, I guess. Woo!
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow.
That's funny coming from you. But don't worry, I'm fine.
I never trusted those damn scrolls. Who knows what those things could have done to you? Just look at Dexian. What about Auriel's bow? Do you know where we can find it?
Yep. It's in a place called Darkfall Cave.
Then it's almost over. We can finally rewrite the prophecy as we see fit. Where is this Darkfall Cave?
Scrolls gave me its exact location.
Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
What do you know about Auriel's bow?
Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
What does it have to do with the sun?
Auriel is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy.
What exactly does it...
And that part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious. Where'd you come from?
Alright. And I guess I'll catch up to you when we get to that. Hang on. Boy. Boy. Alright, hang on.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here. I am Knight Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the Great Chantry of Auriel.
Oh?
Auriel, Auriel, Halkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves.
Wait a minute. You're a farmer?
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
I imagine you by word.
Of course. You're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
How did you...
For the thousands of years I've served as the Chantry's sentinel, there hasn't been a single visitor here for any other reason. They request Auriel's bow, and I request their assistance. It's been repeated so many times, I can't imagine it any other way.
What type of... Did
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
I'm assuming nobody's ever actually seen this quest, then. But why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
What did they do?
They swept into the Chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
Didn't you fight back?
The Chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum, where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
You don't even know if he's alive.
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Have you tried getting into the inner sanctum?
Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel. And an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
A shrine?
Yes, let me show you.
So this is dark magic. Incredible.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temples so we can kill your brother and Harkon as well.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the Initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
Okay, and how many way shrines are there?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry.
Caves.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the Initiate's Ewer.
So I just fill this at way shrine?
Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
Later.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey. Questions? I expected as much.
Well, who are the spectral prelate?
They're ghosts of the snow elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auriel, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties.
Good. They should be able to help us.
I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum.
Ah, nice programming. Ended. So where's the Chantry of Auriel?
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auriel. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wish to become enlightened.
Host?
Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Sirabane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines.
Way shrines are part of the Chantry.
Oh yes. They were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here.
What were your people?
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auriel. We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home.
It appears the Nords won.
In a manner of speaking. We had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price. The blinding of our race.
Everyone. Possible.
There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain.
What turned your people into the betrayed?
I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin, certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become.
Why were no elves affected?
The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene.
Is that why you retained your sight?
Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, Our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
You mean the betrayed?
Yes, they swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum.
There are others here like you?
Verther and myself are the only two snow elves that remain. May Auriel light your path.
And I hate art.
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now.
Sheesh!
Where'd you come from?
Alright. Hang on. Phew. Last. I'm actually amazed I remembered how to get here. Heyo.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination.
Ironic.
Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Ah, sure, why not?
Then behold Auriel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
Yay. Swing. Yeah. Excellent. Hang on just a second. Alright. Now it looks like I've got 4 more to collect. I'll catch up to you when I get to each one. Hang on. Okay.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Yep.
Then
Let's go.
behold Auriel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
Bilis, tukakeka. Alright. Next!
You've reached the Way Shrine of Learning, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the man? Auriel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom.
Yay. You can tell just how riveted I am. Alright. Next! Alright.
You've arrived at the Way Shrine of... Are you prepared to honor the mantras of...
Yep.
Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Auriel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum.
Yay. I don't know if that was intended because he didn't face them. Oh well. Also, I'm not sure
May
why this stupid
Auriel's
part
glow
thing.
shield you from your enemy.
Whatever. Anywho, next. Okay.
You found the Way Shrine of Radiance, and may the blessings of Auriel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment.
Okay.
You found the Way Shrine of Radiance, Initiate.
Glitch.
Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his?
Alright.
May Auriel's radiance.
What? Oh, hello. Oh, cute! Water axe. That's cool! Didn't do much to this guy. Oh. Did I just hit the wrong turn? Yeah, I think. Oi, hello, sir. Oh. Whoop. Okay. And through a door, I guess. Well, well.
Did you really come here expecting to claim Auriel's bow? You've done exactly as I predicted and brought your fetching companion to me.
Wait, is he talking about me?
Which, I'm sorry to say, means your usefulness is at an end.
Whoa. Whoops. Hang on just a second. Okay.
Where'd you come from?
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own death. This has gone on long enough.
Your life ends here.
No, I won't let you ruin centuries of preparations.
Heads up!
You alright? Come on, we can do this. I know we can.
Yeah,
He's up there on the balcony. Come on.
I'm aware of that. Let's go.
give us the bow.
How dare you? I was the arch-curate of Auriel, girl. I had the ears of a god.
Until the betrayed corrupted you. Yes, we've heard this sad story.
Gelibor and his kind are easily manipulated fools. Look into my eyes, Serana. You tell me what I am.
You're a vampire? But Auriel should have protected you.
The moment I was infected by one of my own initiates, Auriel turned his back on me. I swore I'd have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want to take revenge on a god?
Auriel himself may have been beyond my reach, but his influence on our world wasn't. All I needed was the blood of a vampire and his own weapon, Auriel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Auriel's bow. It was you? You created that prophecy?
A prophecy that lacked a single final ingredient. The blood of a pure vampire. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor.
We're waiting all this time for someone with my blood to come along. Well, too bad for you. I intend on keeping it. Let's see if your blood has any power to it.
What trickery is this?
Where'd you come from?
Well,
So the deed has been done. The restoration of this way shrine means that Verther must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him.
it wasn't the betrayed.
What? What are you talking about?
It was a vampire. He controlled them.
A vampire? I see. That would explain much. Deep inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here.
Why?
Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Auriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you.
You're welcome.
You risked everything to get Auriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the Chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain some hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask.
Excellent.
If there's assistance I can provide, just ask. It's the least I can do.
What will happen to the Chantry?
While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind.
Then I've contributed to your kind's.
There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves, nestled elsewhere on Nirn. I'll also assume Verther didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand.
What will you do then?
For the time being, I will remain here, on the Overlook, and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course.
Can the betrayed ever be cured?
I feel nothing but sympathy for the betrayed, despite my actions against them. But I'm afraid that they're well beyond a cure at this point.
Why?
The twisted forms you've seen didn't occur overnight. It isn't a plague or a disease that ravaged our species. The dwarves may have stolen their sight, but it took many generations for them to become what they are today.
Then there's no hope?
Perhaps they'll never return to their former appearance. But over the centuries, I've noticed a rise in their intellect. If a line of communication could be established with them, maybe they can find peace. It's the only way they'll discover that they weren't always malignant. They were once a proud and prosperous race.
What can you tell me about Auriel's bow?
The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Harkon in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond.
What can it do?
The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire.
That sounds powerful.
That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead.
Heh. Uther said something about using blood.
Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it.
How do I obtain sun-hallowed arrows?
I can actually assist you in that regard. If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals. Farewell, friend. May the glow of Auriel shield you from your enemies.
It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful.
What do we do now?
Well, before we spoke to my mother in the Soul Cairn, I would have said we bring the bow to my father. But after everything with her, I don't think we can trust him.
Then we kill him before he kills us.
I keep thinking that there's got to be another way, but he'll turn on us both the moment he gets the chance. No, he has to die. We have no choice.
Then let's face him together.
Thank you. Somehow I knew you'd understand.
Oh boy, hang on. Okay. And I guess we'll go this way? Tell you what, I'll catch up to you when we get to Volkahar.
I knew I heard something.
And welcome to the finale of particular Skyrim. Gentlemen.
All of Skyrim tremble before us.
So, you've returned. Is your pet keeping you entertained?
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic half-breed vampire.
Provided for me? Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've killed other vampires, all over some prophecy that we barely understand. No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch her.
So, I see this dragon has fangs. Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's influence. How alike you've become.
No. Because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
And you. It appears I have you to thank for turning my daughter against me. I knew it was only a matter of time before your ambition outgrew your loyalty.
Loyalty? You never intended to let me live.
A small price to pay for the betterment of our kind.
Excuse you? You're an insult to our kind.
Oh, come now. Spare me your notions of kinship. You've simply used Serana in an attempt to take away what should rightfully be mine.
No. I'm here to prevent our annihilation, but I would never use Serana.
The vampire is eternal, and with immortality comes the revelation that these bonds never endure. It's fleeting, momentary at best. Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second.
Not a chance.
Very well, then. You leave me no choice. I'll rend the flesh on your bones.
Done.
Your own father.
Well, now that's done.
What will you do now?
I'm not sure. I'll probably stay here, for as long as they'll let me. I think we can rebuild here. Make my family's legacy something more respectable. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned.
I'd love to have you.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Verither said something about the vampire blood. Oh?
It sounds like... that's the last bit of the prophecy. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor can corrupt the bow.
Can I use your blood then?
Sure. Do you have any arrows, though? They would have to be of elven quality, I'd guess.
Let's try this.
Let's just get this over with.
Excellent.
My congratulations. Lord Harkon defeated. I never imagined I'd see the day.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to work with.
My lady, you have my deepest sympathies. I am sure this was not easy for you.
He was out of control, Garen. It had to be done. I'm not happy about this. He was still my father. But I suppose my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else.
Of course, my dear. All will be well now.
Actually, I just realized this is the finale. Because there's other things I can... Well! As far as the main quest is concerned, yeah, I'll still call it the finale.
What now?
Yeah, 'cause here's the next. Then. Last. In that case. Yeah. Regardless, I'm gonna kill this episode here. And next, we'll go to College of. Have a blessed day, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll put a link in the description for those who want to become members. Have a blessed day. Xani out.